G'day everyone and welcome to the first episode of the 1.18 survival series. I have just a few things I wanted to quickly say before we get started. The first being is that you can actually join the server I'm playing on. It's Java only unfortunately, but you can join with the IP shown on screen or in the description. And the last thing I wanted to say before we start is that I held a poll asking if I should do this series on my own or with a friend, and for multiple reasons I decided on doing it by myself, and I'll explain why towards the end of the video for those interested. Alright, let's get started. Starting off, you guessed it, we punched a couple of trees for that precious wood. And then we got ambushed by a skeleton and I had to run away. After successfully running away, I created a crafting table, crafted a wooden pickaxe and mined some stone. I also decided to make this my temporary base. And then it was time to find some food. After that absolute massacre, I came back, created a furnace and started cooking up the nice juicy meat, and then I got ambushed by a bunch of mobs and almost died. Alright, so now that I've got a decent amount of food and some stone tools with a backup pick as well, I want to actually explore this cave while it's nighttime because, yeah, it's just too dark to anything and I'm scared of mobs, to be honest. So this cave is actually going to be the very first 1.18 cave I've ever explored in my life. And yeah, as you see in the bottom left there, I'm playing on a public server, just out of bounds, so you won't be able to actually find my area in the server, but feel free to join, IP is in the description. But yeah, so this is the first 1.18 cave I've ever explored. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to go too deep in because I know I'm probably just going to die, but my main goal is this stuff right here, good old iron. I want to get some good iron tools and preferably a bit of armor as well. So let's just dive right into this little cave. I'm sure it won't be little, or maybe it is actually pretty little. Alright, so I'm on the other side of the cave now. We just finished digging out all of the ores over there, and now this side looks like it's actually an underwater cave, and I don't actually know how far these go, how it works. It looks like it actually just stops there, but it does go up over this way too. So let's have a little look over here. It looks like we got some more stuff over this way. Also, another plugin is the one that you're seeing right now for the server. It's just to make things a little bit easier with nighttime. Only a certain amount of people have to sleep to skip the nighttime, thankfully. Or else with like however many people on, like 5 people right now, we'd all have to sleep at the same time, which kind of just gets hard. So, ooh, we've got a secret little area down here. What's going on? I hear some lava. Oh, there's cobblestone? What's this? This is a dungeon? Oh my god, we found a dungeon. That is insane. Oh yeah, another game-changing thing is that mobs from dungeons unfortunately don't move. And the reason why the mobs don't actually work from the spawners is just to save on performance for the server. Let's see what we got in these chests. Oh, we got a mega golden apple. We've actually got 2 of them. That's crazy. Okay. 2 gold bars, some bread, and some bones. That's actually really good. What do we got in here? We've got some beetroot, a saddle. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I actually really want to save the coordinates for this because this is going to be great. A skeleton spawner is probably one of the best things we could have asked for. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. I hate creepers so much. Okay. Easy peasy. Yeah, so we've gone too deep here. I'm a bit scared for my life. So let's find our way back out. I might grab a little bit of iron on the way, and I'll see you guys up there. Alright, so I finally found my way out. That was an absolute pain to navigate. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But we managed to get out with only 11 iron, which is a lot less than I expected. So I'm going to smelt this up, make some tools, probably gather a bunch of resources and do some random bits and bobs. And then I'll get started on my starter base. Not really exactly sure what I want to do with my starter base yet, but I do know that I want to build, I think it's up there. There's like this nice snowy mountain area. I'll see if I can get a good view of it. Yeah, it's just up here. You can kind of see it, but that's where I want to build. I want to actually build a giant medieval village. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I want to start off with the first build in that area, which is going to be my starter base. And yeah, so let's just grab a bunch of wood, a bunch of stone and everything, and I'll meet you back up there. Starting off, I created myself an iron pickaxe and begun excavating a small area in my cave, as I'd definitely be needing a bit of stone. Then I went up to the area I'll be building at and cleared out some trees that I'd have to clear out anyway, and in turn getting us a stack of spruce wood. Alright, so you're probably wondering, where the hell are we? Why is it so flat and why is there a lot of grass everywhere? And basically I've moved on to my creative server now, and something I want to do with this series is kind of include you guys with my building process and everything, and how I like figure out all my ideas and come up with ideas and stuff like that. So something I did with the last series, which unfortunately has not been continued, is we went to my creative world and we created a kind of baseline for how we wanted each building to look. And if you're wanting every building in your SMP world to look like relatively similar, I would strongly recommend doing something like this, as you can just take a screenshot of it and it's something you can always come back to if you're like kind of just forgetting what a build should look like or something like that. So I do have a general idea of how I want these buildings to look, and I'm just going to kind of play around with some ideas and just show you like my ideas and yeah. So here's the idea for the bottom wall, and as you can see it's textured with stone and stone bricks. We also got some nice little details in here and a lantern as well. And I've also added in the pathway. I want it to be kind of like a scraggly dirt path, and this would probably lead up to a main kind of stone brick path or something like that. Now this is great for the bottom floor, but something I want to do is add in a second floor with some windows and also the roof design, and that's just so I can like kind of come back to this whenever I need to. So something I actually want to do is replace these with some stairs and probably chuck one in there as well. And we're just going to extend this up to create another floor, and I want this floor to be kind of still inset, but it's kind of sticking one block out from the bottom floor, and you'll see this in a lot of different kind of medieval looking builds. And similar to the bottom floor, I want this to also be textured. We're going with stripped spruce wood and also spruce planks. Something else as well, I wanted to add in some window designs, so let's chuck those in using some stairs, and we'll put some glass panes in there. And now I'm pretty much just going to repeat this bottom kind of detailing up here. We're going to add in these corner designs and also a lantern. And then for this section here, I think I'm just going to chuck in some slabs like this that kind of separates the two different sections. And then for the roof, because this is going to be in like a snowy area, I want it to look like snow has been accumulating on the roofs over a long time. And if we use stairs across the entire roof, you can see we can't place snow on top of stairs, which is something I want. I want snow to be accumulating on the roofs, but we can't place snow on full blocks. So I'm going to design a roof so that snow can be accumulated. Now this is a pretty common roof design, you've probably seen it in a million different places, but something I'm going to do a little differently is add in some stone bricks in these areas. And this still looks pretty good, in my opinion. It does look a little strange, but it does allow us to do something that I said before, which is place snow on top of the roofs and make it look like that, like how it's supposed to be in like a snowy biome, I guess. We're going to add some piles that are like really tall compared to others, and it kind of slopes. And then for this top floor here, I'll do another window, but I'll do it a little differently from the bottom ones. Instead of some panes, we can chuck in either a fence or a fence gate. I think a fence looks best here. And now with this pretty much done, this is like our kind of template that we can use and reference at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and take some screenshots of this and use it for our future builds. Alright, and jumping back into the survival server, I've come up to this area where I'm going to be building my village, and I found this nice flat area. Well, not very flat. I'm going to be making it flat by using my trusty shovel, and I'll be building my first house using that template that we made. I've decided this house is going to be in kind of an L shape, or at least that's what I'm pretty sure I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to excavate some dirt and fill in this area, and yeah, instead of just clips of me building, I'll do a time lapse instead, as I feel like that's probably a bit more entertaining to watch. So let's get started. So, like I said previously, I excavated out this area, filled in this little area here, and then continued excavating until all of the area I needed was excavated. And then it was on to creating the pillars for the layout. I also had to clear out some more area, of course, and had to make an extra iron shovel because of it. And I was happy with this layout, so I begun with filling in the walls. I added the door in here and then continued filling in all of the walls with our stone and stone brick textured pattern. And then I decided to detail up this wall before continuing, just to see how all of our details looked. Sometimes it can feel a bit different when you're actually in the area as opposed to when you're making the little template like we did before. And I was really happy with it, so I continued on and added the trim for the second floor all the way around the entire pillars. And then it was on to adding the second floor of the house. I of course started with the pillars. Once all the pillars were in, I begun filling in all of the walls. I also connected all the pillars along the top as well. And then it was time to add all of the details onto every exposed wall of the house. Next up, it was time to start the roof design. This is exactly the same as the build template that we created, so yeah. And I decided from the beginning I wanted to give the house a kind of snowed in look, so along the back and also on the sides I filled in these areas with snow. And thankfully it started to snow at this point as well, so our roof would now have snow layers on it and wouldn't look as weird. Alright, so now that most of the exterior of the house is done, it's time to move on to the interior. So the first thing I want to do is fix up all of the floor, replace everything in here with some wood. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I also want to texture it as well, and we'll be doing the same texturing as the roof up above, so spruce planks and logs. So let's go ahead and just take out some of these blocks and place in some strip spruce logs. Alright, and there we go, there's a decently textured floor. I only wanted a little bit of just light texturing. Alright, and the next order of business is getting the ceiling in. Now, because downstairs is pretty cramped, it is pretty small in these areas, I'm going to be using a ladder and we're going to chuck it on right there. And I want this to obviously lead up to the next floor. And I need to figure out how I want to connect this up, because this block here is going to be seen if I do a slab. I think we'll just go ahead and do full blocks, as it just kind of eliminates this problem. I don't really want there to be just a weird gap of wood under here. So now let's just go ahead and fill in all of this floor with some spruce planks. Alright, and there we go. There's the ceiling done for this floor. Now let's do the ceiling for the next floor. Alright, and there we go. So there's all of our floors completed. So yeah, now it's time to actually plan out everything and where I want it to go. Let's obviously start with the bottom floor. Now we have this little corner here, and I'm already thinking I'm probably going to get some armor stands in there. It's a really nice spot to put them as well. We also have these gaps in the walls here where we didn't need to place the stone, and we could also utilize these, or we could cover them up. So let's maybe put in the back here, let's maybe put some furnaces, and then maybe let's chuck some barrels on top. We can use this as like kind of our ore storage and smelted ore storage. Maybe instead of that, let's actually make some more furnaces. I'm actually just going to quickly place down my crafting table temporarily, and let's make a couple of more furnaces. Well, I can only actually make one more, but instead of doing this, maybe let's make it curve around the corner so that we can utilize the most of this space. And let's kind of maybe bring it out to like here, and doing that we can also curve the barrels all the way to the end like this. And I'm going to quickly go mine some cobblestone so we can make 3 more furnaces here. You're kidding me. We need 3 more. Okay, there we go. So there's our 3 furnaces. Let's extend this to the end. Also, something I just realized is with these shelves, we're not going to be able to put any decorations on top of the furnaces. So I think once we get some pots and kind of those kind of decorations, we'll change this up and chuck them on top. Now let's figure out the crafting situation. And I'm already thinking we're going to do it in this corner over here. And I might actually do something really similar to this area by having some blocks in this corner, and that'll allow us to fill up these 2 sides here with some crafting blocks. So I think actually I might make just crafting on this side, and this side can be chests. Also, another idea I just came up with is we can utilize this space to place some chests like this. Then we can have these chests like this, and we can have some single chests there. Now these ones of course do not open, so we're going to have to change these to some slabs. Or we can actually do some upside down stairs. But yeah, for these chests, if we just place some stairs like this, and now we head down, you can see that it is pretty much hidden. I forgot about this chest as well, so we're going to have to fix that one up. And there we go. Now all of these chests are openable. Also, that means we can add in some windows on this side, which is something I wasn't too sure about. There we go. We've got some more windows on the house. Also, probably going to add some more either up there or up there. We just got to figure out what I want to do for upstairs. Yeah, so let's just leave the bottom floor like this for now. I'm going to go out and move out all of my items from this little temporary chest inside. And with the power of editing, thankfully you will not have to watch that. And there we go, that is all done. We've organized our chests somewhat. And yeah, with that, I think that's pretty much all of the interior we're going to be able to do for now. We're obviously nowhere near to getting enchanting blocks or brewing stands or anything like that for up here, which means that in next episode, we will be doing some of the actual game. Instead of just building, we'll be going out and getting essential things that we need for the series. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we accomplished during this episode. We got quite a lot done. I also wanted to take this time to kind of explain why I decided to do the series by myself and not with a friend. And so the main reason is I haven't really wanting to be doing collabs with people recently. I don't know why, it's just something to do with me. I strongly prefer being alone or like just with my wife. It's just the kind of person I am. I'm very introverted. And the second reason is also it makes it a lot easier to record these episodes, and that means I can literally just jump on whenever I want and record for this series. And yeah, that's pretty much the two main reasons of why I'm doing this by myself. And yeah, so that pretty much covers it for the first episode of this survival series. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like and comment. Definitely be sure to leave some feedback, as I really want to know your guys' opinion on the new editing style and all that stuff. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.